man where I'm boy.
But I want you to know this. I prayed for this and it happened.
How you doing, guys? How you doing? Hope you're doing well. I can see my man Veta is driving in his Maybach as always. This man is always changing cars as if they're just toys. This man has a big garage. Big up to you, Veta, man. Where are you off to, man? Where are you off to? You're looking fresh.
I'm off to my daughter's football tournament. So,
okay.
Yeah, I'm on the road right now. I'll probably get there in the next 15 minutes. Yeah, but I'm enjoying. Her game doesn't start until 10 our time, so I got some time.
Oh, okay, cool, man. Big up to you, man. Big up.
Yeah, man. Great to see you.
And big up to Nick, man. Big up to you, Nick. And big up to you, Red Dev Wanda. You missed the Ten Hag show. I actually had the what you could get. I had the link in the group, but I think you were sleeping, Josh. Maybe it's too late in Australia, so you never know. He says he's heading to his daughter's football camp to watch football. So anyway, guys, we have got a lot of shows set up today. First of all, the first show we were talking about Erik ten Hag. The Erik ten Hag show was never set. I just wanted to jump on it because it's a very miserable day for rival fans. We were very unhappy. Veta didn't have the opportunity to come and grieve with us, but I'm pretty sure he's got a few words to just say about Ten Hag before we start this show.
Yeah. Hey, True City fan, man, great. Subscribe to this channel. If he's got mad shows today, you don't want to miss any of them. Subscribe and make sure you hit that like. To talk about Erik ten Hag, you know what? There's not. It was expected. Not now. I don't think any one of us could have guessed when this was going to happen, but we knew that he was going to get sacked eventually. The thing that's got me really, really entertained right now is because I know how the United fans are going to react to this. Like, they're going to think everything's going to reset. They're going to be up and improving. It's always like on to the next. So I'm just waiting to see how quickly they turn on Rude, how quickly they're disappointed with Ineos and whoever they assign as their next manager. But Erik ten Hag, he did what he said he was going to do. He did what he said he was going to do, and that was help in the efforts of taking and bringing eras to an end. Now, I don't think any of us, I don't think he even thought that he was going to be taking his own club's eras to an end, because he was setting some records that haven't been done since like the 30s and 40s and 60s over at United. But he was a dead man walking, unfortunately. And to get fired after this game, though, this is what's messed up. United fans, this is what's messed up. I don't know if you ended up getting to Delo, but Delo was on a mission to fire Erik ten Hag yesterday. That man had his worst game that I've seen in a long time, missing an open sitter, skying it over the net, terrible miss. This man was on assignment to have Erik ten Hag fired. And it wasn't because of how Ten Hag coached or managed that game. It was because of those players. They played to fire him yesterday. Oh, you're on mute.
Yeah, it was really sad, man. It was really sad. Since I'm working back, not my fault here, the master of cricket. Nick says your boss is behind you. Okay, so now let's move away. Let's move away from this sad news of Ten Hag. Let's go to good news. So obviously, Carl wanted to talk about this, but it seems like he's gone MIA now. But we're gonna talk about it ourselves anyway for just a few minutes. So, Veta, this man Nunes, who has been described by many names. He's been described as Mr. Panic Buy. He's been described as Mr. Not the Level of City. He's been described as a useless baller that City wasted 60 million on. Some people say this man, what is he doing at City? To be honest with you, though, if you look deeply and you study, it's always been very unfair, because if you even see the cameos he did even during last season, let's even talk about the Club World Cup. He was our best player in the Club World Cup. Funny enough, he got an assist and he played very well. He was playing as a right winger. He was also coming into cameos where he would do something that you're like, wow, there's a player in there. But somehow it looked like a lot of fans didn't have the patience. And I'm pretty sure, you know what, if you think about it, if you deep it, I think Nunes, was getting this sort of was getting hit by the stick that belonged to Phillips, because I think he at the time when Phillips had disappointed a lot of hearts, so people we don't have time for anymore. But what are your thoughts? Because man, don't forget we played Sporting. This guy, even though we put in as a whole, we beat them 6-2, I think. But this guy was troubled because of so much problems. Even Alexander and Klopp by this man at Liverpool, but yet a lot of people seem, even till now, after his performances as a left winger, are still telling us that Nunes is not good enough, that he is not good at all, that he doesn't deserve to be in the City team.
Yeah, I don't. You know what? I get accused often of not being in the trenches or in the fights with regards to some of these conversations, because on my channel in particular, I'll share my point of view and I don't feel I need to go back and forth with anyone else. If you want to know what I have to say, it's on my channel. But to share what you're bringing up right now, and to point out that it's been a case of fans fans that have been around, to witness the first year challenges of players like a Rodri, or first year players like a Mahrez. He didn't come to the club and first year was cooking. And then obviously you want to look at what's happened obviously with Calvin Phillips and Jack Grealish. I don't know. I think these fans had we didn't do it enough to those players when they were here, so we're gonna do it to Nunes, is how I see it, because I'm like, this energy from you guys that I'm hearing right now wasn't, not you, Patrick, but the fans that have been talking about Nunes, wasn't there for the other ones. So is it pent up? Is it pent up frustration that you're now gonna put on Nunes? Because he doesn't deserve it. Year one, we know this. At Manchester City University, it takes year one to get adjusted. And the fact that Pep has had to try to figure out where to have some of these players play without key players like a Roger Irving, KDB, to not to hold their hand, but to keep things consistent, is like where I'm like giving everybody a bly. I'm giving them a little more time. So Nunes getting crashed on, so undeserving and so inconsistent, because, and I hate bringing up the other players' names, but bringing up the calm, give him time for Jack, you know what, let's all quickly forget how Rodri struggled year one. I think it's messed up. I think it's absolutely messed up. I like what Pep's doing though. I like how Pep's showing his versatility. He's showing us that he can play on the wing on the right, he can play on the left. And the fact that he's got Nunes has engines and has legs, I think Pep's gonna eventually bring him centrally again.
He said it after you've actually put it very well, you know, you've actually covered every angle, because I am surprised, and I've always been surprised most times that is that my mic? Let me see. Bear with me for a minute, let me see. Yeah. Oh, I thought that was my mic. Sorry. That I think that's you when you start driving and I start talking. I'll just mute you for a minute there. Yeah, I was surprised by a lot of fans saying, "Oh, he cannot be City level." And you know what? I don't. The thing about me is, when I question somebody, it's not like I'm attacking them. It's simply asking them that, what do you mean by that? Because Rodri was stinking. Let's not forget, Rodri was bad. Let's not forget let's not forget Spurs. Guys, I watch these games and I study them. Let's not forget Spurs. Who caused that goal by Heung-min Son? Rodri passed the ball back in a very difficult situation where you're not supposed to pass the ball back. Remember, he was under pressure. He turned back and passed the ball. Son got the ball and scored. And Spurs scored in a very important game. Let's not forget, we played Madrid. And Rodri and Gundogan were in midfield. They looked so slow and horrible. And I sat there. I remember I did a reaction. I don't know if it was on the Football Terrace or one of these channels. I questioned the fact that this Spanish guy, where did we buy him from? This Spanish slow machine. He was so slow. He couldn't turn. And the thing about him is he was not so quick to turn. And he struggled, let's not lie. And we're like, will we ever get the replacement for Bernardinho? And most of the City fans want to flip now and change as if they never asked this. We also were on Gundogan's back before Gundogan became a hero, a court hero at City. Before he became a treble-winning captain. Gundogan was, people were like, this guy, man, why did we buy an injured player? He's so slow. Gundogan loses the ball so easily. And then Gundogan started saving us from nowhere. When again, because people, and this is where I'm going to expose a lot of people, and I'm not doing it to get views or to get likes or this and that. We're talking football. I said it on Twitter. People think every time when somebody attacks somebody who is a bigger YouTuber or somebody who's got more followers on Twitter, all we're looking for is to get interactions. No, some of us will watch you. We watch you carefully. I watch people carefully and just look at them and say, okay, you're saying this. There's these statements where people on Twitter are saying, the issue is Nunes will never get to the level of Man City. But there was a point in time we were all saying Akanji is coming from Dortmund for 15 million. Why are we buying a guy who's a bozo? He's got a bozo gene. And now Akanji is the best defender at City on form right now. That's
Hello,
what
Patrick.
keeps. Yeah, how you doing? That's what keeps
Hello,
confusing
Victor.
me. Yeah, what is City? What is City level? Because let's not forget, Kyle Walker won 0 trophies at Spurs. 0 trophies at Spurs. He came to City. He's won all those trophies. John Stones was horrible. I hated John Stones. John Stones made mistake after mistake, mistake after mistake, which led into goals. John Stones was his City level when he was coming from Everton. Ake was Ake City level when he was coming from Bournemouth. There was a point in time, Ake, people were saying he has to go to Chelsea. People were saying Ake is useless. This guy is so useless. John Stones is useless. Now, flip it now. We forget all that those players came from those teams, but we say, oh, Nunes will never be City level. Diaz, I remember I was one of them when Koulibaly failed. And they failed Koulibaly, and when the City media made a mistake by showing the Koulibaly jersey, then took it off when the deal collapsed in the last minute. This is the funny thing. People think some of us just watch City for the sake of it. We also study these things so we can come with these receipts. Then we went to Kunde, and Kunde rejected City, and we were like, who's going to come to City? And then boom, out of nowhere, City came with Ruben Diaz, a guy from Benfica. Nobody here should be lying. No one should come on camera or Twitter and say, oh, but I knew Ruben Diaz was good. Let's not lie. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Patrick, but people lie. This is the whole point, right? They lie. They lie. They lie. They lie. They tell stories. They claim they are ITKs. They don't know F all. Nada. Nothing. These people who think they are the spokespeople of the club, somebody told them this and told them that. They have these crazy names on Twitter, like somebody's foot do or some nonsense. It's all lies. These are the same people who said Nunes was nothing. You give people like Jack Grealish a year to bet in. You give Rodri a year to bet in. Why can't you give this guy a year? You know why? Because in some corner of the Twitter world, within City world, they've killed this guy and everybody's lapping on him. That's why. I know where it started from. It started from one of my favorite pods. A couple of guys last year. They destroyed him, and that's where it started from. We all know who that pod is, one of my favorite pods. They killed him there, and it all spun out of control. Doesn't this guy deserve doesn't he deserve some time and respect to get up to speed in the Pep way? This guy has more goal contributions in 4 games than are both our left wingers combined.
Even our right winger, even more than our right winger, who is also very good and talented.
Add Jack, add Jeremy, add Foden, and add Savinho. This guy has more goals and assists than 4 of them together in less time.
Yeah, but people say, oh, this guy will never be the level, or he's not good enough. This guy is a panic buy, or this guy is not. Like, I don't get it. That's what I'm saying. Nobody, when Diaz came, remember people were asking, who's this Diaz guy? He's not smiling. Who the hell is he? Remember? People said, I remember. I was also asking, I was like, Ruben Diaz? I remember his first interview. Carl, do you remember his first interview came from nowhere? The Ruben Diaz one. People's comments. Go to people's comments on the Ruben Diaz one. Oh, this guy is just a bodybuilder. This guy. Then he had one of the best first seasons ever for a defender. For a defender. Won every one. Akanji, I remember people text me in one of the Twitter groups, you guys just bought a bozo.
There's a guy. There's a guy on Twitter. He doesn't follow me anymore. He blocks me now because when Akanji came, he said Akanji won't play minutes. Akanji be a sub. Akanji won't do anything. I told him, why are you saying this? Because he's a black man from Germany. Is that why you're saying that? Is that why you're saying that? What reason do you have to say this guy won't succeed? Why? What reason? And here we are today. Akanji was the one who set up the pre-assist, right, for the Champions League goal in Istanbul. Him. He's the one who carries the ball forward from the defensive third into the attacking third, gives it to Bernardo. Bernardo chops it back, and guess who arrives there? Rodri. Without Akanji making that run into the attacking third, we don't score that goal.
Yeah.
We don't. And ever since then, he's reliable. Can play right back, left back, center back, even can play a 6. Real Madrid, Champions League, who gets a goal? Akanji, third goal. I believe third goal. But they slandered this guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know why this fan base does this stuff.
I don't know. I don't get it. But
get
the thing is, you see, the funny thing is, what pisses me off, and this is the reason why sometimes I can be honest with you guys here. I'm gonna tell you on people who are watching. This is why sometimes I was purposely trying you out, guys, trying some of you guys on Grealish. It's not like I hated Grealish or anything. I was trying you guys to just see as an experiment how far some people can go for certain players, and then how far for other players they can't go. Because I don't get it. Because you can't just dab somebody. He's 26 years old and just dab them. They're not going to succeed. When did Fernandinho come to this club?
Exactly.
Fernandinho was like 28 years old. He was like, like he was way later. When did Riyad Mahrez come here? 27 years old. And he had a very up and down first season. Even though I think Riyad Mahrez's first season is still better than all our wingers right now, because Mahrez at least contributed a lot. But the fact that even for people to go as far as saying, oh, we're going to predict that, or this guy will never be a Pep midfielder. Who said that? Let's not forget Rodri. I keep coming back to Rodri.
Yep.
Rodri was horrible.
He was.
Cow, I just said it with Veta here that Rodri cost us that game in Spurs. Remember? He passed the ball to Stones, put Stones under pressure, and Son scored. Remember? So Son just scored. Son scored because Rodri couldn't handle pressure. As Rodri passed the ball back to Stones, gave Stones pressure. Son took the ball, took the opportunity. I remember against Spurs. And people were saying, we need to find another guy. People started looking at Zakaria. Remember, Carl? We were all here. People started looking at Zakaria and other more physical and faster CDMs and saying, this Rodri guy, I don't think he'll survive at City. And when he played with Gundogan, Carl remembers the nickname we all gave them, both of them. They were so slow. I remember the Madrid game.
Rodrigan.
Yeah, Rodrigan. Yeah, I insulted them. I remember if there's a clip, if anybody has that, I insulted both of them. And Gundogan, look at Gundogan, who we used to insult ourselves. Now he's a hero. But we are saying, oh, this guy will never do anything. And there's some people who are very smart. There's a guy who I usually have on the channel. You know what he said? He said people have to study football. And he says if you study Nunes, the only issue he has is he rushes the ball sometimes. When he gets the ball, he tries to dribble and rush. He doesn't have patience, or he doesn't come down a bit and say, look, let me do this. But he said if Nunes learns how to come down sometimes, take the ball, see a pass, which he used to do at Wolves. Most of the assists used to come from Nunes. I remember when I was hyping Nunes, I was showing a video to Carl where Nunes was assisting, like KDB sort of type assists. And then this guy said, look at him. You'll find, even though people are insulting him, saying this guy was never the Gundogan replacement, it's like, if you look at him, Gundogan was similar to him before Gundogan came to City. Gundogan was good at Dortmund, but it was just Dortmund was playing a different type of football, and that's how Gundo was playing. But now, I was just disappointed to see people are already predicting that this guy can never be a midfielder at City. He will. Let's even talk about the Newcastle game. When he came, this guy stopped a few counters. When he came against Fulham, he stopped a few counters. Yet we've got midfielders right now who are struggling with legs. So, guys, all I'm saying is it's good to predict certain things. And I said it, Carl. I think it's the fact that Calvin Phillips was close to Nunes. Before Nunes came on, I think Calvin Phillips was the disappointment for many people, and people's hearts were broken. Now they're just predicting. Because let me ask you a question. Which midfielder do you guys want at City next to a DM? Because I'm pretty sure if Rodri comes back, it's going to be peak for whoever is in that midfield. We'll see Kovacic next to Rodri. Maybe likely we'll buy Zubamende, which is also a very good buyer. But this guy is very useful. I don't know if Veta wants to say anything on anything. Veta is still driving. Yeah, Veta is still on the drive. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be back in 5.
Yeah, cool, man. So, Carl, looking forward now, let's go to the positive. How has this guy impressed you? Let's forget these negative talks.
Well, I mean,
let's say, how has he impressed you? Like, what has impressed you about him as a coach? Why are you so impressed by this guy?
His recovery speed. He's so quick. I mean, I think Pep said after Erling Haaland is the quickest we have in the team.
Yeah, he said he helps the midfielders with recovery.
He's so athletic, But also with him playing that, look, let me be clear, right? You all know that I'm not a Jack Grealish fan. I don't rate him. I just don't, right? Just like some people don't rate this guy. I just don't rate him as a left winger. I don't think he does enough for us on left wing. It's not dynamic enough. It's not doesn't give enough goals or assists. Doesn't recover. It just doesn't for me. He's not a midfielder. This guy played better in the left wing than him. Even Jeremy Doku said, "I got my eye on him because, bro, what are you doing? You're not efficient. You're just wasting balls." So I'm coming after him as well.
Well,
right?
I'm also coming after Jeremy Doku. If Doku comes back and continues this, because Doku fixed up himself. At the end of last season, he started being calm. He was more creative in the end. But Doku, look, Doku, if you watch this, I was one of your hype man, even Cow. But if you start stinking Doku, we will also come for you and criticize you. That's the thing, Cow. I think people don't get it. Some of us don't have agendas. It's we look at the game, we watch the football game, we'll analyze somebody. Because even Savio, I think Savio, I think he has to be given 1 year, you know. But he's impressed
time.
for 1 year. And you know what? I think Savio adds goals to himself. I think that's what's missing for Savio. An opportunity to score. Because I saw the UCO game where he dribbled from the halfway line, Cow. It was just unlucky that he hit the post, remember? So Savio, even Cow, as Pep said, Savio, if he gets goals, he's unstoppable. Because he's
what I love about that front three of Nunes, Haaland, and Savinho is just the speed. See that counter attack? Remember that counter attack? The one that we scored against the Champions League?
I saw it. It was amazing.
It's just lightning speed, the combinations, the touches, go. Just the break, right? The speed of Savinho, Haaland, and Nunes will frighten anybody. Imagine that against Liverpool. If Liverpool try and play a high press against us, that speed in behind, they're gone. They're gone. So you're on mute. I don't know. I don't know why. I mean, I've been online. Some clown, I guess it's an ITK, some clown, something Fudu or some clown just talking nonsense. I mean, come on, back your players, man.
Let's be honest. So Nunes has outperformed. Nunes has performed our front three. Even though Haaland has scored those goals, but he's also outperformed Haaland. If you talk about performance, that's why I'm surprised. And as I said, you can never predict, especially at Man City. And this thing where people were like, "Oh, we failed with Jude. We failed. What's that list? They have a list. We failed with so and so. We failed with this, and then we landed this." Let me also ask: is Bruno Guimaraes City level?
Exactly.
Because who? Cow, can somebody answer me here, Veto Cow? What is City level? Because everybody who came to Man City, was Sane City level?
It wasn't.
When he came to, was he City level? Was Raheem City level? I don't get it. I don't. What is City level? I don't know. Can I ask? Because I don't think Doku came as City level. Jack Grealish from Aston Villa, was he City level? No.
You know my opinion. About that.
I know. Can we be honest? Isn't that? I think the only person right now on current buying or signings who he came to City as a star, it's Haaland, isn't it? That's the only guy. Correct. The rest did not come as stars. Bernardo Silva was not a star in the world. We bought him for 40-odd million. Bernardo Silva was not in newspapers. Nobody was saying there's this guy Bernardo Silva. It was there. I don't remember. I remember playing Monaco. I never knew Silva until we played Monaco, and I was like, "Oh my god, this guy is amazing." But even when I was picking up the Monaco team, Carl, I was impressed by Mbappe. Remember, I was like, Mbappe, Mendy. Remember Mendy? Those were the impressive people you were picking.
Yeah.
But obviously, if you look at it deep down, Bernardo Silva destroyed us. He was 50% fit in the second game. He came on and destroyed us. Falcao was impressive. There was people in that Dortmund team, even Fabinho, they stood more out, but it's only Bernardo Silva in the second game against City. He came on and then Pep was impressed and then Pep brought him. And I didn't even know. I remember the rumors were like, "Oh, this Bernardo Silva guy is so close to David Silva. That's the reason why that we bring him here. He's going to replace David Silva." And then some people, I don't know if it was Yuka, and other people were like, "No, he's not a David Silva. This guy is different. They're more different. This guy is more, the ball sticks to his foot and he's more carries the ball around. He's more of an engine." So
I remember him very well. I was at Etihad that day, that game.
Yeah.
I was there. I saw it live.
Yeah.
I saw the whole thing live.
That's what I'm saying. So I ask you again, maybe you answer, what is City level? Because I think it's only Haaland who's come to this team and we can say he's world class.
The truth is that the people who are saying these things have the agenda. And instead of saying, you know what, oh man, we got it wrong, this guy actually is very, very good, just need time. They won't. They don't want to do that. But I guarantee you this: if he was English, oh, bro, if you go after him, don't finish it. He had big calves and was, oh man, they're gonna go out. But no, he's a guy that came from Wolves, and they didn't like him because they didn't get Bellingham and they didn't get the players that they wanted. So he was a panic buy. That's what they say, right? They called him a panic buy because they couldn't get Bellingham and some other people. So he was a third-rate guy coming in, and they never rated him. And here we are today. This same guy, in 4 games, has destroyed and overtaken Doku, Jack, Foden combined in terms of numbers and performances.
Yeah.
Just a fact. It's not agenda. It's pure fact.
This is what I tell people. And you know what? This is why. And you know what? I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this openly. I have said this to many people. When I started this channel, I just started this channel because I just wanted to come in and say, oh, here's my opinion. And it even says here where opinions matter. That's why I named it Where Opinions Matter as a sub-pro. Is I don't gatekeep opinions, you know. I don't say, oh, if I want to invite this guy to my panel because this guy is going to say this or say that. I don't care, because if we police opinions in football, what's the fun? This is why I don't get the fact that there are certain people out there who like policing opinions. So if you have a different opinion from them, they want to invite you to their channel, or they don't want to do videos with you. I just find it silly, because what's the point of having a football channel where you debate and you make sure that certain people are not there because you don't want them to say something else, just because you want to cater for certain people? This is why sometimes football YouTube makes me laugh, especially football YouTube. People will always want to somebody who's like-minded. I don't like that. Like, what's the point of a debate then? I don't know if you guys have done debates in real life. When you're doing a debate, you have to have different opinions. That's when a debate is more interesting. In football, it's always been about different opinions. And I know I say this with chest. There's a lot of people who don't appreciate my opinion. They don't like it. They don't rate it. They don't accept it, because it's sort of an outsider's opinion, or an opinion that obviously if I said it on their channel or on that platform, it will disappoint their viewers, or it will disappoint something. So sometimes when you are looking at panels, people will see that, oh, there's no such and such in the panel. It is what it is in everywhere. That's why you'll be surprised that some of us, ever since we've started YouTube, we get invited by rival fans. Because the rival fans appreciate the opinion, because they want a different opinion. Because rival fans will watch my channel and they'll see that when I start talking, Carl, I just say what I feel. That's why some of these rival fans will tell me, "Oh, come on my channel," because they know that I want to just follow like sheep. Say, "Oh, let me just say this." That's why. Yeah, go ahead.
At the end of the day, right? I don't care. I don't want to go onto a platform where you don't look like me. I have nobody. You have nobody on your platform that looks like me. Nobody. You're all the same look and feel, the same gist, the same story, the same foolishness. I don't want to be a part of that.
Yeah, it's called sheep mentality, isn't it?
Yeah, I want to be on a platform where I can debate with you as honest debate, and we may not agree, but then you appreciate my point of view, I appreciate your point of view, and maybe you can. There have been times when you've convinced me. We've debated on many things where we've disagreed.
We have, even live. Right? If people watch our videos, me and Carl have known each other for so long, but me and Carl, even when we debate live here, we go on a phone call and still continue debating it. Yeah. And Carl taught me one thing, where he used to tell me that if you come with facts, the debate.
I'll change my mind.
Then I used to start coming with facts with him. Say, look at this, but this is what I told you. This is what. And Carl used to tell me that, look. And do you know the funny thing is, this is why sometimes it's good to learn from different opinions. Because if we were all just similar, saying we agree on certain things, things would be just weird. Because I remember when I was very adamant and very confident that Jude Bellingham is coming to City.
I told you.
And I think majority of us were. There's a video of us. We did Jude and we posted it. And Carl, I think, was at work. And he came on and he was the odd one out of the whole group. And Carl said, Jude is not coming to City. It's not about money. He said it's not about money. It's about the player he is. He started telling us that this player cannot suit this Pep system. And I remember we all on the group said, is this a personal agenda? I think we told him live. You
I
find the video,
remember.
the judo. We told him that is this a personal agenda? We said Jude is good enough to adapt, and Carl was like, I don't think he can adapt to what Pep wants.
No.
And it's not even a fact that he was saying Jude is not a good player. He said Jude is a good player, but there's certain attributes of him that if he goes to a possession-based team, and he said I pointed at Dortmund saying this and that, and it's true. When I sat down and thought about it, I was like, look at him at Dortmund. That's after we had egg on our face because we were all against it. Look at him right now. When somebody wants to play a 1-2 with him, especially for England, I saw Foden trying to do a 1-2 football with him. I don't know if I think how I told you. He failed. He can't. He seems to always want to drive in front, drive into the box. And I think Foden and the other guys, there was somebody else also, I think Harry Kane was like, what are you doing? You have to pass it back. I make the run, he pass it back. So
He's a driver.
it is what it is. So looking at Nunes, and you know what, Carl, tell them this. I think Carl, they must hear this from you also. By the way, it's not like we're here to kiss Nunes' ass because Carl said it, has criticized Nunes. Carl is the one who pointed out that even before that guy who wrote the whole thread, saying Nunes has a problem with being calm and a first touch. What was the first thing you said, Carl, when you saw Nunes in a City game? You told me that this guy's first touch is horrible. He has to improve.
I said so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I said it. He has to improve.
Because I'm just saying that because I think people think you're just always backing someone for no reason. But you also give...
My point of view is always give this guy time. Right? You give everybody else a year. Why can't you give this guy time? This so whatever food does, guy, whatever his name, talk about Foden. Foden had 6-7 years under Pep. Imagine this guy with 6-7 years under Pep. Give him time. Rodri was horrible in year one. Terrible. Awful. And yet, Pep benched Aguero in big games because he wasn't doing what he wanted him to do. We saw 2 years ago, one time when Pep benched De Bruyne, Diaz, Stones against Tottenham, bench all of those guys because they weren't doing anything. Give this boy time. The truth is, the facts are, he's come in and has contributed more to us winning games than Jack, Doku, and Foden this season so far. It's a fact. Argue with your father or your mother. I don't care. Come with me with the facts. And this boy deserves to start when everybody's back again.
He does, and it's not about names. I say the same thing, and that's the thing is, people say I'm one of Doku's hype man, but right now Doku has to hold the bench. Our wingers have been horrible, guys. Let's be honest. Our wingers have been stinking, smelling. It's bad. I can't. Do you know how bad it is, guys? Guys who are watching. This is the thing is, people thought, oh, Patrick has an agenda against Grealish. He bugs Doku. No. I'm also on Doku's neck, and even Savio, as good as he's been, he has to start producing. Guys, we cannot. I did a comparison, guys who are watching. All our front three, except Haaland, these guys have 0 goals or 0 assists or 1 assist and 1 goal each. That's bad. I want you to go to other teams. And do you know what's horrible about it, guys? Other teams, their wingers, if they're not assisting, they're scoring. If they're not scoring, they're assisting. Or it's both. It's our team. Even Neto, who was bought from Wolves, since we're talking about levels, has an assist at Chelsea. Has assists at Chelsea. Even Madueke, who people call a bum or a useless winger, has assists at Chelsea. This is what I'm saying.
Madueke has a hat trick.
Yes, this is what I'm saying. Like, our wingers have to start scoring. They have to. This. You know what? They say you don't know how good you got it until it's gone. This is the reason why I apologize to Raheem on a space and people are laughing at me. You know why I apologize? As bad as Raheem was, sometimes he disappointed me in the Champions League. I'll never forget against Lyon. But come on, Raheem produced, isn't it, Carl? Raheem still did those tap-ins. Raheem still stood in the place. Raheem had 20-plus goals in one of the seasons.
Yep.
Raheem had one of the highest outputs for a winger or attacker behind Messi. I remember they were hyping him on Sky Sports. Yes, and yet we criticized Raheem. How many times did we go after Raheem? We went after Raheem, Carl, over and over. But Raheem, as bad as things did not work out at City at the end, Raheem was scoring. At least Sané was scoring. At least we had a front three that we had goals divided. The issue why sometimes people say goals don't matter, it's performance. I know, but come on. To win a game, you need assists and
Patrick,
goals.
let me be clear. Let me explain something, right? Let's not fall into this control trap, this control nonsense trap. It's nonsense. Pep has never told his front players that, hey, when you get into the final attacking third, don't score. Don't take a player on. Recycle the ball back. Never. He says, listen, my job is to get you to the final third. What you do with it is up to you. Period. How can your wingers not have goals or assists? How? How?
Yeah, but and you know what makes me laugh is certain people say, oh, it's GA doesn't matter. GA matters.
How do you
GA
win?
matters.
How
GA
do you
matters.
how do you win games if you don't score?
I don't know. I don't get it. Tell me, come on. Look, guys, City fans, somebody out there, tell me, do we genuinely believe that goals don't matter, or we're doing this just to back our ballers? Because if you want to play this game, I can play this game too. I can. I've done it before. I played this game for the past months where I hyped Doku over certain stuff. Sometimes I was like, I'm overhyping him. I can pick a player in that City team and hype them regardless of their performances, and just find excuses for them. I can say, oh, Bernardo Silva hasn't been scoring, but I like the way he runs around and tracks back. You know, I can pick a player and back them, but goals win games. I'm sorry, goals win games. And you know what's funny? I like this comment. Somebody told me that Raheem and Sane wouldn't be good for this current City team. I am telling you, Raheem and Sane in their prime and time at City, them playing with Haaland, how dangerous can that counter be? That's a very dangerous counter attack. Raheem, Sane, and Haaland running at you. So this.
Oh my God! If you had Raheem, Sane, and Haaland running at you, nobody. Imagine that against Liverpool's high line or Arsenal's high line.
Yeah, they destroy them. They destroy them. Let's see any comments here. I was joking. Yeah. Facts better. A dog act from Diego. That sounds okay. I know it did. I did it. I think every time I was speaking when Veta is on, it was sort of doing a sound. Diaz was cooking right away in his first season. Yeah, Diaz cooked in his first season, but was Diaz City level when we were buying him? I don't think so. Nobody wanted him. Patrick, I saw your tweet calling out Extreme Company. Yeah, I wasn't calling him out. By the way, if Steve is watching this, if he has got time out of his time, I wasn't calling Steve out. I was just simply asking him a question. I was like, you said such and such days ago, so we are looking for an apology. You know, it's one of those just them tweets. No, big up to Steve. It's not. I have no agenda. Me and Carl, we never have agendas. We just ask people that, okay, you said this. Can you please explain now what's going on? Because let's be honest. Okay, what if Nunes out? Carl, let me ask this to everybody who saying he's not good, he cannot be City level. What if we go at the end of the season and then I do a comparison of Nunes, Doku, Grealish, and Foden, who also plays as a winger? We'll add him. Bernardo, let's even add Bernardo, who plays as a winger most of the time sometimes, and then we add Savio. And the guy who's not City level maybe has got 15 assists and 15 goals. Carl, what are we going to say? That the guy who's not City level has managed 15 goals and 15 assists.
No, but what they would tell you, Patrick, is that it's all about control. They want a player who is playing the left wing, which is actually a holding midfielder, and they can keep the ball. Every time he gets to the byline or the attacking third, he recycles the ball back.
But I watched Nunes. But I watched Nunes do the same thing. Yeah.
But the reason why he recycles the ball back is because he hasn't learned as a child to take a player 1v1. So it's an easier job for him to pass the ball back, give somebody else responsibility because he's scared to lose the ball or go in behind. Here's Nunes, can do both. Can take you on in behind. Sometimes he does it even too much. Or can recycle the ball through. Or can cross the ball across the
and then can track back. And you know what's making me happy about Nunes? Because you know what? Whenever I bring Savio and Doku to the plate, they said, oh, they can't track back. But you know what's making me laugh about Nunes? Carl, you're right. This man can do what Jack can do what Doku can do what Savio can do. So it's as if it's a combination. And be careful, people. Nobody's safe, because if Nunes is what Pep has just described, that he can go and track back, he's very good physically and he's very fast and he can dribble and he can assist. Pep doesn't care if your name is Doku, Jack Grealish, or Savio.
Do you
But
remember
Foden,
that Wolves
Yeah.
attack when he ran back and got the ball back? Do you remember that?
yeah.
So why did
Yeah.
anybody else do that?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm
Why did
confused.
anybody else do that?
Yeah,
All the
says-
so-called. Why didn't they do that? He's not good enough for City, right? He runs back 40 yards to can't get the ball back and starts the kind of attack that leads to the goal. He's not good enough for City. He's a fraud. These people are frauds. I'm sorry.
I know. It says,
You know,
I'm sure
I don't have
Doku is
patience.
watching.
You know, the thing about me is people don't realize that I don't care about you. I don't care about these people online. I don't care. I don't do this because I want subscription on my YouTube channel or I want Twitter likes. I want Twitter follow. I don't care. I don't need the money from Twitter or from YouTube to do that shit. I don't care. Get my money elsewhere.
I think that's
because
you know what that's the thing. I think people mistake always mistake. I think when we're doing these debates, as much as sometimes we come on the channels, some of us, and say, "Oh, like, subscribe, this and that," but it's not as deep as others. That's the reason why Carl, people don't understand. I have invited anybody. Doesn't matter who you are, isn't it, Carl? There's a lot of people been here who we've had debates with them on Twitter, and we wrote a message to them, Carl, and say, come on the channel if you want to voice your opinion, isn't it? Like, we just want to have the chat. Yes, we're happy. For me, the subscribers are a milestone. I'm just happy because me and Carl have had this, what is again, this challenge where Carl's talking that you reach 5,000 before. Because I always think 5,000 in 5 years. Carl said you reached in 2 years, which is actually happening. He predicted. I'm pretty sure he's campaigning every time he goes to Nigeria, because every time Carl goes to Nigeria, the subscribers go up. I'm watching you, Carl. Anyway, Jay might miss the whole live. Yeah, you can watch it back, Marvin. Say, smack the likes, folks. Big up to you, Brush. Big up to you. Imagine 17, 18 Sunny and staying in this team could be incredible. People would think they were top 5 players, Patrick. This is what I'm saying. How bad it is right now with our wingers, people who are watching, is it's so bad that even when I can do a top 5 in the league, I can't put any of our wingers. That's even maybe if Nunes saves us and starts continuing this performance, he will enter maybe. But the City as a team, even Carl asked the question, can Doku and Grealish be taken as one of the top best players in the world right now? Like as a winger, as left wingers? They can't. We don't. That's why it's about production. The only reason, and let me give you an example. Let me tell you a story about Vinny. Do you know Vinny was poor? People hated Vinny. Vinny used to dribble and couldn't assist and score. I don't know if you know that. People called Vinny a bum. One of my Madrid fan friends, JP, we used to talk to each other privately. Every after game, he used to say, this Vinny guy is horrible. He's not even Brazilian. I don't even know if you ever succeed. I remember even Benzema saying, this guy is playing against us. Do you remember that famous quote? This guy is playing against us. Vinny could dribble, but he was useless dribbling. Vinny was zero, no confidence at all. Now look at that. Vinny started producing assists and goals. Guess what now? Vinny is the best player in the world. Vinny is the best attacker in the world. Guys, goals and assists matter. I'm sorry. The only reason why Jude Bellingham was getting hype when he started at Madrid is because he was scoring and assisting. That's the only reason why he was getting that hype. It is what it is. Why do you think Haaland is famous? Goals and assists. Why do you think Nunes, who me and Carl, we still rate as a player, I think Nunes is a player in there. I think he just needs confidence and maybe somebody to point in the right direction. Nunes, if he was scoring and assisting, like Nunes does everything right, Carl. You know that, right? Nunes will run at players, will dribble, he will get in the right position, but he hits the post and misses. And people say, oh, it's about playing football, it's not about goals and assists. Look at Nunes. Look at Nunes at Liverpool. The only reason why people don't like him is because he misses a lot. But he gets in the right position. He might win the Ballon d'Or. Yeah, he might. We'll talk about it later. I don't know. I have seen a lot of leaked images, to be honest. Nunes is already a better left winger than Grealish. I don't want to say it. You said it. But anyway, he's actually doing better than Doku too. But guys, that is the video we had to talk about Nunes. Give the guy an opportunity. Stop these tweets saying, oh, this guy is not good enough. Everybody has the opinion to tweet. Look, I'm not hating on anybody. If anybody doesn't rate Nunes, to each their own, But let's not try to say there's no way in hell. Somebody making it like as if you're a prophet, you see the future, saying, oh, there's no way in hell you'll be City level. Now, this is the thing about me. As I said, I'm watching you. If I am telling these people, Carl, live on camera, these ITKs and people who are on YouTube, it's friendly fire. It's not bad. I'm not saying I beef you. I'm trying to hate on you. But if Nunes gets more assists than Doku, Foden, Bernardo Silva, and Savio this season, if Nunes is our best winger with the best assists and goals, I'm coming for you. I'm going to come for you on Twitter, and I want you to answer. And when I ask, I want you to I'll give you an opportunity. I'll give you this question: if Nunes outscores all these guys, what does that make him? Since you say he will never be at City level or he will never be good enough, so what does that make it? Make the rest of the other guys if they underperform under Nunes? Let's just see. I'm trying to hate on Grish, but the fact that people get more frustrated with Doku than him is wild to me. This is what I said. And this is the reason why last season, even me and Carl, last season, we looked at Doku and we saw the issues he had, but we defended Doku because people had a special hate from him because he's an outsider, because he's not from the City Academy. Because you know what's funny? Let me also close with this. I have seen tweets saying, "Oh, let's give O'Reilly a chance. Let's give McAtee a chance. Or McAtee and O'Reilly can become City level." Yet they're saying people like Doku and Nunes, who obviously came from the outside, cannot be City level. So guys, let's start this bias, because the thing about bias is it can be exposed, easily exposed. Anyway, Carl, appreciate it. I have to go now. Appreciate talking to you. We'll do the rest of the shows in the evening.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it, man.
Yeah, see you right here. Anyway, appreciate all the guys, man. Enjoy your day. Subscribe and like and retweet, whatever you want to do. Enjoy your Monday. I don't know if it's Bank Holiday Monday in England, but it's Bank Holiday Monday in Ireland. So I don't know. Sometimes it never works hand in hand, does it? I don't know. But Carl, how are you doing in England? How is everything? How is the weather there?
It's gray, overcast as usual. A little not too cold. It's not too bad. So I'm enjoying my time here, man. Enjoy my time here.
Enjoy your time, man. Enjoy. It's always good to enjoy your time in places like that. But I appreciate it anyway for you coming, and we'll see we have 2 other videos that we'll talk about a few things and see if you're available. Let me know. If not, we'll be fine. I just wanted to get these videos out of the way. When is our next game, by the way?
Wait, our next game is on tomorrow, Wednesday. Spurs, Carabao Cup.
Yeah, Spurs.
I'm not really bothered about that game, my brother.
Yeah, me too. I'm not bothered. I don't really think we should start playing very big players in that Spurs game. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Anyway, I'll see you, man. I appreciate it.
All right, take care.
Wins tackles in front. It's a title winner. Perfect end to a perfect day. Manchester City 4, Manchester United 1. Oh, what a hedge! Oh, that's electrifying! Hat-trick hunting, trick getting. Still the appetite is there for more. Oh, it is sensational!